tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet the Parquet Stitch. Very beautiful, pretty stitch. It's a 2-row repeater pattern, so it is different on the reverse than it is on the main side. Just a very lovely, pretty stitch, easy to work up and works up quite quickly because of the treble stitches, double crochet in US. So let's have a look at the tutorial. So for this tutorial I'm using an Aran or worsted weight yarn. I have a 5mm crochet hook. You can use any weight yarn with the corresponding size crochet hook that suits your yarn weight. I have scissors to cut off my end, a needle to sew in my end, and a stitch marker just in case I need one, but I've gone for purple yarn because of the chocolate stitch marker. And if you're in the UK, you'll know what the link between purple and chocolate means. So let's have a look at the tutorial. So this pattern is in rows, therefore we're going to need to make a foundation row. So make a slip knot in whichever way you prefer to make them. And we're going to make a foundation chain. Now our foundation chain needs to be made in multiples of 3. So I'm going to go up to 21 for my sample piece, but you can make yours as long as you like. So yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook 1, yarn over, pull through the loop 2, 3. So pause the video now whilst you make your foundation chain for the width of the project that you would like, and I shall see you in a moment. So I made my foundation chain in multiples of 3. I've gone up to 21 as I said earlier. So we're going to start our first row and we're going to be working into the 6th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going in there with a double crochet. That's UK terms, in US you're doing a single crochet. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, we're going to skip 2, so skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a single double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 2, and a double crochet. And we're going to do that all the way down the row. So chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, and your last double crochet should come into the very last chain of the row. So pause the video now whilst you work up row 1. So I'm just coming up to the end of my row 1, so chain 2, skip 2 and double crochet into the last stitch. Remember that's UK terms, you're doing single crochet in US. So there's row 1, that's our setup row. Rows 2 and 3 are the repeated row of the pattern. So to do row 2 then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn our work. Now this chain 3 does count, we are going to be working into it, but we're also going to be working into the base of that stitch, and in there we're going in with a treble. So we yarn over into that very first space, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. That's a US double. We're going to skip the chain space and we're going to work into the double crochet from the previous row, and into there we are going to do 3 trebles. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. That's 1 treble, 2 trebles, I apologise for my squeaky chair, and 3 trebles. We're going to skip the 2 chain space and we're going to work into the double crochet from the previous row with 3 trebles. That's 1 and 2 and 3. Skip the 2 chain space and work 3 trebles into the top of the double crochet from row 1. And we're going to carry that way on that way all the way down the row until we get to just before the end, and I shall show you what to do at the end of the row. So pause the video now whilst you make up row 2. So come to the end of my row 2 and I just have my 5 chains here as the turning chain. So we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and into the third one we're going to do 2 trebles. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, that's 1 treble, and then into the same chain you're going to do the second treble. And there we have row 2 complete. For row 3 then we're going to chain 1, and this is really a setup row very similar to row 1. So we're going to double crochet into the very first stitch there, chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to work a double crochet into what is the center of those 3 stitches. So a double crochet into the top of that treble. Going to chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and then into that center treble we're going to do 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, 1 double crochet. Going to do that all the way down the row, so chain 2, skip 2, 1 double crochet. So pause the video now whilst you work your way down row 3 and I shall see you in a moment. So I've done my last double crochet, I've chained 2, skip 2, and then into the top of that turning chain I'm going in with a double crochet. It's in the top of that 3 chain. And that's essentially the pattern. So then we go back to row 2, so chain 3, turn our work, going to work a treble into the base of that chain 3. We're going to skip the space and working into that double crochet we're going to do 3 trebles. 1 and 2 and 3. Skip the 2 chain space and 3 trebles into that double crochet from the previous row. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to work up a few more rows now for you to see how it looks, and I shall see you in a moment. So I've just worked up a few more rows for you to see how it looks, and it really is a gorgeous pattern. It is slightly different on the reverse because obviously it's a 2-row repeat and not a 1-row repeat, but it's still an attractive looking reverse side. Works up quite quickly because you're working in trebles, that's UK terms, that's doubles in US, and then you've got your return row with your single crochets and chains, which are always really quick to work up. So yes, just a really nice stitch. I'm really pleased with that one. If you've enjoyed seeing this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. It does help YouTube to show it to other crocheters. And if you've enjoyed seeing my chocolate bar stitch marker, that's available in my shop on my website and also my Etsy shop if you prefer to shop that way. Lots of other products in the shop are available to purchase, and every purchase does help to support this channel, so thank you very much for considering shopping with me. I shall pop 2 more videos on the side of the screen over here to help you on your crochet journey, and I shall see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!